Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Oh, there was a whole lot of nothing that actually happened. I felt like this episode was so bland that I literally sat here for a good 8 minutes trying to think about what happened. And I can usually tell when it's a really bland and boring episode when I only need one page to write all my notes. Seeing how GH likes to just hurl 1,000 people on these episodes. Sonny, say he was going to help. He gets, he enlists Brick's help to try to track her, Liesel's devices and stuff, and that seemed like that came up empty-handed. But he does get Diane to work her magic to represent the guy who was going after Lucy to give up um what Victor was actually doing, saying he was going to be taking a cruise somewhere. But that doesn't really help anything because Victor said that the boat is pretty much untraceable at this point. The only hope that they actually have if Trina doesn't get caught. Trina sees Spencer, locked up in the room or whatever. And she was like, you need to stay here, buy me some time. They don't know I'm here. I can sit there and try to use my cell phone for help. So, everyone's safety. Ace, Liesel, Spencer is all relying on Trina not getting caught. So that's going to be interesting. Now, Victor said that he did bring her on there for a specific reason, as far as whatever plan that he has going on. Still didn't sit there and say what the plan is. It's been about a year and a half, nearly 2 years, give or take. I've lost count. We still have no idea what this man's plan is. So every day that I don't know what his plan is, I always sit there and think about Superman 2 or 1. The original Superman with I don't know, Lex Luthor using Kryptonite Islands or something like that. Because I have no idea what his plan is. Whatever his plan is, it just involves the family, his safety of his family, and everyone else can just, hope for the best. Scotty spent a lot of time talking about how, one, he complimented Sonny on helping, which I'm still kind of confused on how he helped, but saying how much he missed Liesel and he's still crazy about her, and I don't know why, but whatever. Nina, I don't know, I guess she was there talking about she's still going to be a mother because, Willow's life depends on Liesel going through that surgery. This whole Willow is getting harder and harder to watch. Specifically when she breaks down, it's hard to watch. It was hard to watch. And granted, soap opera crying can only really sit there and take you so far as whatever emotional heartstrings that they're trying to pull. But just the idea of her giving up was just that. There's really no other way around it. When Drew and Carly gave Michael and Willow the bad news, but also listening to this saying that Sonny was on the case, and Michael still had that unpleasant look like, oh, Sonny. I'm like, bro, listen, the more hands you got on deck to sit there and try to find Liesel, because eventually Liesel and Scotty and pretty much everyone else came to the conclusion that Victor, is behind Liesel's abduction, and eventually Spencer and Ace as well. Esme talks about how she wants to leave. When she gets her baby back, she wants to leave, and I'm just like, where are you going to go, and how are you going to support yourself? I get it, she's frantic, and like Laura Smith is saying, her emotions running high, her adrenaline, her getting hit on the head. She had a lot going on. I'm like, boom. I mean, granted, it's not a prison. You aren't mandated to sit there and stay at Laura's place, and yeah, there's no guarantees. But I mean, you're better staying off there than you are to just kind of hoof it on your own. And that's eventually what she figured out. Now Dante and Jordan talk to Sonny, and Sonny gives some sort of idea of where they could be at as far as like being on the water. So that's a start somewhere. I mean, I the problem is the minute that Victor said that he practically turns off all the ship's devices as far as being tracked, even if they do go on the water is a big place. And Victor's pretty much like he's gonna spear chuck everyone off the off the continent. And this is after Spencer Smith there pleading with him and trying to reason with him, and Victor's not having any of it. And he pretty much tells Spencer like, "Yo, listen, you're not gonna go anywhere because you know your brother is on a ship." So his loyalty, Victor sits there and talk about family and loyalty, and he loves his family and stuff. But I'm like, he practically said that Valentine was expendable, and he has no problem sitting there telling his grandson that he's going to use his brother as leverage to make sure that he stays. So, all in all, Victor is just a real POS. And I heard even Stefano on Days of Our Lives was a little more better than him. I mean, he has a sense of loyalty with his family. This dude just gives no F's. I feel like that's pretty much about it. I don't think this episode wasn't bad, okay? But you can definitely tell a filler a mile away, and it just felt like nothing really moved forward. Nothing really moved forward. And I know that I had a long day, but the only thing that Sonny really managed to sit there and do is tell people that Victor is on the water, that he has a ship or whatever. But it doesn't really. I know the pieces are going to come together eventually. I'm hoping it's not going to take too long, but it's GH, so yeah. I feel like that's about it for the most part. This is an episode you can watch, or you can skip, you can sit there and listen to it in the background. But if you do miss it, you're not really missing too much. I feel like tomorrow's episode is going to be a little more better with the whole Cody and Sam sitting there trying to investigate, actually being a PI. Remember she was actually a PI at one point? I know it's kind of hard to imagine, but um, that seems like that's going to be kind of interesting. Yeah. Okay. I really can't think of anything else that happens, that actually happens except for Trina being on the boat. I feel like that was probably, I feel like that was probably the best part of this episode was Trina and Spencer and Victor and Lizzo and stuff like that, the boat stuff. Because everything else is just like, eh. So, if you do watch it, the boat stuff is interesting. Lizzo just, being fiery and everything like that, and yeah. But I think that's actually about it. I want to thank you for watching. If I did miss anything, for some odd reason, I always feel like I miss stuff, even though nothing really happened. But in the back of my mind, I feel like I missed something. So if I did miss anything, come to the live stream tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll be sitting talking about GH, YNR, Days, and B&B, and everything in between. So come through. I want to thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.